Hello, everyone, and welcome to League Review. I'm your host, William, and today I am here with Brian.
Hello.
And we do have Ryan's notes, but we had a bit of a crazy week. Let's go over our recap, which was day one, or the first 5 games, I should say. It's different because it was set up as day one before, but we have Monday night games now. But the first 4 of Saturday and the first game of Sunday did not look good for really any of us. I won 100 Thieves over CLG and Cloud9, and that was it. You won Dignitas over Team Liquid in the Cloud9 game, and Ryan won 100 Thieves Dig and Cloud9 to start out 3-0, and then we all got burned back-to-back games with Evil Geniuses.
Yep.
Day number 2, I had a perfect last 5 games, I should say. It's not technically day number 2, as we said before, but the last 5 games, I had perfect 5-0. I picked Team Liquid, Cloud9, Immortals, FlyQuest, and TSM. Brian, you started out strong with 3 straight picks of Team Liquid, Cloud9, Immortals, but then you lost Dignitas and CLG because you died on that hill.
And I am done with it.
And Ryan, like he has previously, failed in his final 5 games of going, and he went 3-2. Or 2-3, I should say. So the prediction overview, I won again because I am just amazing. I realized I have not updated the total shit on this list, but I went 5-5 in the first week, which was the best, and now I'm 7-3 in the second week. Brian went 3-7 in the first week, and now you're 5-5. You're moving back up to 500. I guess not really.
Yeah.
You're just 500 now for this week. And Ryan went 4-6, and then he went 5-5. So you're 1 point behind Ryan, but you are 4 points behind me already. So I'm coming back to retake my title.
Well, I mean, we've just been trading off titles, so.
And we have. You took the first one, I took the second, and you took the third. I'm coming back for the fourth.
Yeah, I got one to give.
And we have this newcomer Ryan over here trying to steal it.
Yeah, seriously.
But anyway, let's get into the match review, and it'll be a little bit quickish because we're a little bit late today because Brian's mic cut out. I was also late, but
No, it was Discord.
it was Discord. Yeah, it was Discord. So me and Brian were in a channel, and neither of us could. Could you hear me, or I just couldn't hear you?
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
I could see you talking. But
Yeah, we were both talking to each other, and then we both disappeared. Like, we both thought the other person went AFK somewhere. So we, spent, 10, 15 minutes before we realized that.
Yeah, well, it was less than that, but yeah.
No, it was at least 10. I know for sure it was 10. It was a long time before we actually realized. But yeah, let's go into match review, which the first one will be 100 Thieves versus CLG.
Well, I'll start off.
Yeah, you start this one off because we don't have a graph, apparently. Apparently the graph does not want to load.
Well, basically, CLG did CLG things. Crown, as he does, is the best player on the team. Looked all right. I mean, 2-1-5. Can't argue with that scoreline. I mean, he's positive.
Before you mention that, do you want to talk about the Medios play in mid lane?
Oh, yeah, he was gifted first blood. That was the slickest flash because Medios was just a little bit early. Yeah, so Medios was diving Crown, and Crown had the Zanyas, and he went in right before the Zanyas came up, so Crown was able to flash away and survive and get first blood
and
under the
Medios
tower.
looks really bad.
Yeah.
It's one of those you hate your jungler moments if you're Ryoma, who did die this game.
Yeah, Ryoma's fine. I don't think he's that bad. I mean, he's not a liability. Let's just say that. But the story of this game was definitely the Kale and the Xayah. So Kale counterpicking the set, I thought it actually wasn't bad, minus the the dive top?
Yep.
Yeah, where they completely had set outplayed, perfect dive, except they don't know what he does, apparently. And also I was kind of jaw dropped because the shield was so big. He was like full grit, and he was like, I guess it's his haymaker.
Yep.
And someday, Ruin used the ult on Wiggly. I thought at a great time. I was like, nice, first blood. Or not first blood, but nice, first real
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
But the kale scaled. I thought it looked good. I think it's a good counter, but it's CLG. So
yeah, Smoothie got caught out a lot.
Smoothie. I had some harsh words for Smoothie. Like, I don't know if it's the same thing we always say about these pros where they play a certain way and that's just the only way they play. His flanks were great flanks, but you can't flank a team that's way ahead of you.
You could if your team also follows on the flanks as well, like somewhat. If you get a quick pick, but the team doesn't follow any of his flanks. I feel like. Or
Well,
was this the
I,
game that they stole Elder?
yeah, they
Um,
no, they well, yeah, they did. They did steal Elder, and then they did nothing with it.
I wanted to throw my mouse at my screen watching that. I was yelling at Brian just because I don't know. It was your fault for
Yeah,
liking this team. I'm like, why? Elder buff. I've talked about this before. Elder buff to me is like an 8K buff, like gold
you
difference.
literally have to kill them like 75% of the way.
Yes, exactly. And like against squishies, that is an instant burst on pretty much anything you do. Like usually squishies get out of fights and then they come heal back up, you know? Like if you attack them, they can still kite away and heal back up, but you can't do that if you're executed. And any team that I've seen take Elder immediately fights with it.
Well,
It
not
makes
CLG.
sense. And CLG's like, we're gonna play passive. Hold on, there's a little too much power here.
Once they backed off the Baron with Elder,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this team is doomed.
This team
Like,
yeah, I just, oh my god, I could not believe that.
just from watching videos of CLG, because I'm a former CLG fan, uh, Crown's English is there, but it's not perfect. So I can see some communication issues with the mid, jungle, maybe. Ruin and Crown can speak in Korean if they have to, but it just seems like the team is not together, and especially not with Smoothie, their shot caller that they got, the upgrade.
Yeah, it has not worked whatsoever for CLG
Not
so
at
far.
all.
All right, let's move on to a very much better game. That was great English.
They almost came back too, which is
Yeah.
what hurts.
Well, yeah, it hurts because they got an Elder Drake with Kale scaling, and there's like, great, this is your moment. Take it. Take as much gold as you can. Oh, you're not gonna. You're just gonna let the buff expire. Okay then.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, move on, please.
Please. The next game was Team Liquid versus Dignitas. This was one of the best NA games I've seen in like a long time.
Oh yeah.
I was so happy about this one because usually, let's be honest, NA is usually a clown fiesta for most of our games. There's just it's poor League of Legends. This one was legit. Like this looked like a real region, and I was very excited. Like I mean, the Dignitas pretty much led for the whole early game, like the whole 27 minutes. You could even call that even mid game and late game. But it was around the Baron where Team Liquid and I shouldn't say it was around the Baron. It was essentially around Jensen's split pushing on Rise that was just tearing Dignitas apart. Which we never see that in NA. We never see random split pushes like work out. It's always ARAM down the middle, you know? And so I was really excited for that, which I'm usually not too excited for split pushing because I like not necessarily down the middle. I just like team fighting. like you can always
China fanboy. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
We know.
Exactly. But I don't like. I'm glad that Double have mentioned it in the next game in his next interview. I do not like Senna for Double Lift because it feels like the opposite of a Double Lift champion. It's just slow wave clear, no flashiness to it, like no aggressiveness. You just sit back and you scale. And
I am so ready for it to get nerfed though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to play Senna because it kind of fits my kind of play style. As like I play like Caitlyn style, like and stuff like that. Maybe Jin is a little slower on the auto attacks as well. But but there's a little more skill expression, I feel like, with Jin than Senna. But it's
Little bit.
so boring to watch in pro play. Like, at least Aphelios, I'm okay with him a little bit more. I think he does need a nerf as well. But I'm more okay with Aphelios than I am with Senna, because Aphelios can make some exciting plays. There's nothing exciting in pro play about Senna whatsoever.
Oh, I know. And she chunks so hard with each auto.
Unless you're a tank, because then she does no damage to you.
Yeah, well,
Because she builds
she's a
lethality.
support.
She builds lethality. She's some weirder type of ADC / support.
Yeah. But anyway,
But yeah.
what are your thoughts on Grig this game? Scoreline 1-4-11, very team-based scoreline.
Definitely very team-based scoreline. I didn't have too much of a problem. Like for most part, I didn't really have a problem with anyone in this game. Outside of, like, I guess Double is really not doing much outside of, which is rare to say, but, like, for the most part, he did 17k damage, which was the most on, which is funny how little Team Liquid's damage numbers were, just because they were just splitting the map on Dig, and they were just, like, bleeding them out. And then eventually that amazing ult by Johnson into... Also, Dignitas has the most simple comp in the game. Like, you have Jarvan goes in and ults with Orianna Ball on him, which then ults with Gangplank ult on him, and then Aphelios ult. It's that, boom. Got it all done.
Yeah, I think Liquid had a good game plan against it.
Mm-hmm.
Jensen popping people on the side lanes by himself. No one could 1v1 him.
Yeah, that's Rise in general.
Rise. Who was I saying?
No, you said Jensen, but I was just saying that's just Rise in general. Like, no one can 1v1 level 18 Rise.
I thought I said Orianna or something.
No. You were good.
Yeah. No, good to see Froggen popping off, too.
Mm-hmm. And Ryan even said, I just noticed in his notes here, they said also people may dump on him, but Grig actually did a lot of good things this game. He was actually the one who fired the initial wombo that constantly got all of the combos off in there. Oh, that got the combo off that Froggen and Johnson did in their final base defense. So,
I agree, but he's also playing Jarvan, and that is Jarvan's entire kit.
That is true. He also.
I am not a fan of Grig.
Ryan's one sentence review: a game exhibiting good macro and play calling in NA? Question mark. Shock Pikachu. Oh man, that's rare. It's rare. It was a treat. It was a rare little treat.
Yeah, feels good.
Next game we had Cloud9 versus Immortals. This one was pretty one-sided.
Showed the skill gap.
Yeah. There's
gap on the table.
Yeah, there's pretty, as you can tell.
I did not like the draft by Immortals at all.
They got Gragas Yasuo.
They got Gragas Yasuo, which is fine. Xmithie on Gragas is fine, but I don't know, Icon Yasuo, maybe not the best pick.
Mm-hmm.
Giving up Pantheon, who is known worldwide as a power pick.
Yep.
Just got right through.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Altec on Cassio. I know he's played it, but I'd rather have him on an 80 carry if you have a Gragas and Karma, which I hated the Karma.
Yep.
Made no sense. So
what's your biggest hate about this comp? Because I can tell you mine.
The Karma.
You hated the Karma? I hated something very, like, more specific than that I pointed out immediately when this draft was going on. They don't have any range.
None.
You have literally 0 range on this team. You are going to get poked out, like, from barrels the barrels are just gonna get you out of there. Sven, you're going against a freaking Senna with no range. He's gonna be 5 miles away before you can even go in. And if you do go in, you get eaten by, or Senna gets eaten by Tom Kench. And then, like you said, Pantheon is a monster in all other regions. Like, why? Don't even let it go through. Just don't let it go through.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't like this draft. This game was lost in draft, and then it was out. It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, Ryan mentioned that Immortals draft champions that are going to get buffs but haven't received them yet. They had Trundle in week 1 and now Karma here, because Karma's getting a pretty decent buff next patch.
Yeah, I heard them saying that broadcast.
Next, we had Evil Geniuses versus Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians, they won this game. I was kind of surprised by this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
We went to Sona Tom Kench. What do you feel about that? Because Sona did just get a pretty massive buff that she's getting re-nerfed next patch.
I know Bang did a lot of damage, but
Mhm.
it's AP Sona, and she just does a ton of damage, and he didn't die a lot,
Once.
partially because of the
Tom Kench.
Tom Kench,
Who
but
also never died.
also never died. Wow, impressive.
Very weird. Weird to see Keith's Tom Kench.
Yeah. Also, Keith 07 on Nautilus in a win with 13 kills. He's over 50% of the deaths.
And only
Sub him out.
Only
Put in anybody.
3 assists. It's not like I could. If he had like 9 assists here, I'd be like, okay, he did it. He sacrificed himself. He got.
I've had those Nautilus
yeah,
games.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I have too. Absolutely. You get the job done. You get your assist, but you die in the process. It's okay. You can't get out.
You lock someone down, you ult them, and then you die.
Yeah, but he was only part of 3 kills. Oh man!
Can you see the vision score right there? Or
yeah, no, I cannot. We might be able in the statistics. Just real quick. Wards place. He did play 65 wards.
that's good.
Destroyed 21, Brian. Do you wish you had a game where you destroyed 21 wards?
If I could destroy 21 wards in a game, well, one, I would be terrified because my MMR has risen drastically. I think sometimes the enemy team places about 21 wards in the game.
Yeah, there's so many times where I use my sweeper. I'm like, guess no one warded around here.
Yeah. Oh, vision's clear.
Yeah. Also, Keith bought 26 control wards. You need to step your game up.
Hell yeah. You know what? Wait. Can I not see his items, or does he just have boots?
His items? No, he does have the Bork of the Mountain, Gargoyle Stone Plate, Knight's Vow.
Okay.
And stuff. But
I don't know why. Whatever I'm looking at, I can't see
I
it.
just want you to know that, man, this is weird. I've never looked at actual control ward purchases for pros. 9, 14, 10, 14, 19, 3, Golden Guardians, 3, 7, 9, 7.
Wonder why they're struggling.
26.
It's not the Korean meta where you have to win with vision.
True, but
it definitely helps.
Definitely helps. It's not. The difference is vision is still very important. It's just not. You can't make a play unless you have vision on something. That's a big difference.
Right.
Vision's still super important. But yeah,
all I can say for EG, they did. Kuma looked good, 7-1.
Rare.
I want to see. Well, I mean, he's playing Golden Guardians. I want to see Bang on an AD carry. I don't care if Sona is buffed. I want Bang on an AD carry.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I don't think Sona Tom Kench is as strong as it was last.
Definitely not.
Split. What happened to Sona Tarek? I still like Sona Tarek better than Sona Tom Kench.
Yeah.
Because you just become the death ball. You don't become a death ball with the Tom Kench. It's safer. It's a safer lane than Tarek is, but it's so much weaker late game. All right, let's move on.
I agree.
Team Liquid versus FlyQuest. This game made me terrified for my FlyQuest over Dignitas pick. Let me tell you that. When I picked FlyQuest over Dignitas, I'm like, okay, I think they're both gonna compete very closely with Team Liquid, but I think Team Liquid will take both games. They competed very closely with Team Liquid and Dignitas, but they did not win that one. And then they just murdered FlyQuest. Like all across the board. It wasn't like, oh man, that was. Like Ryan said, FlyQuest was lacking almost all the fire that made me believe in them for this game and just let TL run the map and not do anything until it was too late.
Well,
and Team Liquid had the most standard Team Liquid comp.
I think Double Lift also playing a champion that suits his playstyle.
Yeah, I absolutely don't believe utility ADCs are his thing. He's more of, I always see like the Lucian, stuff like that. Like more aggressive playmaking ADCs is where Double, especially in NA. Like you can you can like meme his Lucian on World Stage as well, but like compared to other NA ADCs, like that's where he thrives. And put him on Senna is not working in my opinion, which is weird because Senna's like the number 1 ADC at the moment. Hopefully she gets nerfed and we won't see that ever again.
I want her to be a support second player.
I know. I want her to be a support as well. But yeah, this game, huge blowout. FlyQuest only had 3 kills. Yeah, 3 kills and 1 power. And the rest of it all went to Team Liquid. Wasn't close.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Viper played poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Impact being 3-0 versus Mordekaiser Lee Sin. I know he's tanky as heck, but like looking at his items, he's got the Warmogs, he's got a bunch of AP. He's not stacking armor or MR. They are upgraded, but
Yeah, those upgrade items are huge. 3,000
yeah,
gold
they
total
are.
for 6 items. Like, worth of stats.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't
anyway.
help. Didn't help the... Or, I guess, no. Owen was on there, so it did help. But next we had Evil Geniuses versus TSM. TSM won this game 20-9, which makes it sound like a blowout for TSM. This game was all Evil Geniuses game until the very end. They were up 6k gold for like they were up 5 to 6k gold. No, let's even go 4. They were up 4k gold or higher for 10 minutes. Like this game was in the bag for them. And then not so much. They got that was this the one where they got the Baron stolen, or no? That was the other game. I'm thinking of Evil Genius or Dignitas versus FlyQuest. But yeah, Bjergsen. I think this is Ryan had a great note for Bjergsen, who did go 6-1, but this game, in my opinion, was completely on Broken Blade and Biofrost. He mentioned that EG were winning until they weren't, whether that was from TSM finding their distance and actually punching back in the mid game or EG fumbling execution, turns out. But when the game was going live, he mentioned to me that like Bjergsen had like all these kill steals here. Like he actually got beat pretty hard in the mid lane to Jizuke, which is looking at just the raw thing doesn't look like it.
Right. It looks like this was a stomp for TSM.
Yeah, but in reality, it was mostly Evil Genius all the way. My question to you is, your last pick. So you look at TSM's entire team: Set, Gragas, Zoe, Zaya, and Rakan.
Mm-hmm.
What's your last pick, jungler?
Definitely not Kindred into Gragas if that's the only person, let alone Set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean,
your team also
almost,
does not have a tank on it at all, or even like close to a tank.
Almost anything else.
Like yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make is literally anything other than Kindred. When Gragas is notoriously known for being a massive Kindred counter because Kindred pops their ult and he just throws his ult in there and then you're dead.
Was this also the game when Broken Blade Set ulted Kindred out of his ult?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
that was nasty.
That's also on top of this. Like, not only did you have to deal with Gragas, did you remember what Set did? Like with his ult?
I'll give people the benefit of the doubt on knowing what Set does.
No.
Because he's new.
No.
Like, oh, I'm gonna get Set ulted out of my Kindred ult. I would never have thought about that.
But you're not a pro team or pro player.
Right, but
they're paying thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars. They should realize it's not like Set is a Aphelios level of complicated. Like Set is simple as can be.
Yeah.
He punches and he gets a little speed buff. He gets hit, he gains grit, and then he gets a shield on his W. He can grab people to stun them, then pull them in, and then he ults you like a suplex, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know. That's the entire kit. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it.
Yeah. Takes 5 seconds, Evil Geniuses. Pay attention. Oh, man. Svenskeren has looked bad on Evil Geniuses. I think he's been the biggest issue I've had so far with the team. And
which
Kumo,
is weird considering... Kumo, yes, but Kumo has not had... He's a rookie in my eyes. What's it called? Can you hear, Colleen? Sorry.
Just not much.
Okay. Anyway, he's playing with 2 of his former teammates, even though Kumo was not the starter. Mm-hmm. You gotta assume they've played together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's worrying.
Yeah. It is. Honestly, I think Bang has actually played really well this year compared to last year, and Zaysel's been okay. I don't think he's been...
Compared to last year, there was nowhere to go but up.
Yeah,
so.
That is true. That is true. And I think Jizuke has actually played pretty fine as well.
Yeah, Jizuke, I mean,
He's popped off in the LeBlanc game. 2-5 doesn't look like a pop off, but he was doing pretty well in this game.
yeah, he's a good LeBlanc.
He's very good LeBlanc. I haven't seen his Echo yet, have we? I don't think so.
I don't think so. We saw Froggen's Echo.
Yeah. Speaking of Froggen's Echo, nope, damn it. I was hoping the next game would be it, but it was not. It was 100 Thieves versus C9. You baited me. You completely baited me. C9. This game was the closest game C9's had so far, but it was still pretty dominant. Like, C9 has dominated most teams so far, in my opinion. Like, they look very, very good. Sven also played. It's not died yet, which is impressive. Like 2 weeks into the season.
Yeah, Sven. I mean, everyone sneaky. I don't know if he was the problem for Cloud9. The problem, as in they went to Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
But Sven definitely was a problem for TSM. The talent suppression machine. I love that. And now he is free, and I think he's in a much better environment, and I think he's back to Nils or G2 Sven.
Mm-hmm. And he's paired up with Vulcan, who is actually performed really well. I liked Vulcan, but I was curious about him joining, like getting that big buyout and stuff. I was like, huh.
Who was Vulcan's AD carry before?
Toss, AD carry. Cody's-san.
Cody's-san.
Pretty good indicator as well.
Yeah. No, I was gonna make a comment, but
kind of diffuse that one right away. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Cody's-san even played this game pretty well. Stunt has not looked great. Meteos as well, in my opinion. It's not looked great.
Meteos, I love the guy as a personality. I mean, I think he's probably a very good player, solo queue. I don't really pay attention to the solo queue ladder, but he hasn't been great in most of the pro play he's been a part of for the past year or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say he had some pretty good moments on Optic. Like there were a few games where him and Crown pretty much two-man carried the team, but outside of that, he has not looked good on his return to 100 Thieves. Someday even went 0-5 this game. That was something. Though I guess it wasn't to Camille, and Camille is a decent counter to Aatrox. Certainly not a Jogath.
Also playing against Licorice, probably his biggest competition up top.
Pretty much, yeah. For especially aggressiveness, you can say Impact, but Impact's just gonna sit on a tower, you know. But man, I think I hate Aatrox as Cho'Gath. Like it's the worst. You can't dodge his Q. you get punished.
Also, you can't hit him with the Q.
Yeah, he just does a little dash, slight little dash, gets right out of it. So and then he gets Conqueror on his ult, and it's like, oh, I can't do enough damage to get him into eat range. It's the worst. I hate that matchup. I would ban it if Darius wasn't a thing. But anyway, next we're going to Immortals vs Golden Guardians. This game does not have a match review, which is not good because I only caught the highlights of this game because this game was happening during the Super Bowl. And I'm going to be honest, I love League a lot. Do I love the League enough to watch Immortals vs Golden Guardians over the Super Bowl? No, I don't. Did you watch this one?
I watched the entire Super Bowl, so no. I guess I didn't catch this one either. Probably didn't even know what was going on still.
Yeah, I remember half paying attention to it while I was watching the Super Bowl. But Altec popped off 8-0-5 on Xayah. That's pretty good.
That's really good. Altec has
been
for all his expectations, I think he's exceeded them so far.
I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
Ica, I got some judgment still there with the Ica signing. Soaz played Broken, or he played Broken Blade. He played Set, which Broken Blade also played. Let's look at Ryan's note. Ryan was watching this game. All right, he said a lot of player error this game. That doesn't surprise me from Golden Guardians, but can't help but think this was a coaching failure. Drafting such an unbalanced team comp where your main win condition is a LeBlanc split push, and putting your team on such a comp when they seemingly were very unpracticed, uncoordinated on it. Yep, that sounds about right, because this team cannot team fight for shit. I don't even know why I did not mention that at the start, just looking at that team. That is a terrible team fighting team. That is only picks allowed. This was an Immortals game to win based on draft, and they did not fumble. It was if the narrow win conditions for Golden Guard was enough, so as smart itemization, all but shut down the window completely as he became unkillable versus GG's comp and made him more than capable of answering either Haunter or Golden Glue on the sideline. Yep, that's pretty much getting the Black Cleaver for the extra HP, the Executioners there, the Gargoyle Stoneplate for both the armor and the magic resist. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Merc Treads as well, because you got 2 AP and then a AD ADC who does slow, big amount of damage, but slow. And then, so that's not good against Set because he just builds up his grip.
Right.
His one sentence review, GG thought they were good enough to get a win with a Fiora split push yesterday, that they thought they could up the difficulty setting to a LeBlanc split push today. They were wrong.
Pretty good. Pretty accurate.
Ryan being very helpful and bailing us out from our Super Bowl watching selves.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Come on.
Good Super Bowl, too, finally.
Yeah, finally. I was so excited about that.
Yeah.
So happy about that.
Anyway. Sports ball.
Sports ball. We're also big fans of.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes rare in the esports community. Like, I'm just all about competition. But Monday Night League, which was the next day, I did watch, and that was FlyQuest versus Dignitas. Oh man, I was excited about this one with Power of Evil on the Rumble. He popped off this game 9-0-5.
He did.
But not only that, Ignar. Do you want to talk about Ignar's Alistair?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I was in the car watching so I didn't watch that.
You're the one that pointed it out to me at one point. His Alistair was the stuff. Maybe you weren't. Maybe that was someone else. Maybe that was Ryan.
What did I say?
That his Alistair play against Thresh was just absolutely disgusting.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, the fake out. I remember now.
Yeah.
That was absolutely disgusting. So, as a Thresh and Alistar player, one of the most infuriating things that can happen as Alistar is when you headbutt and get flayed by Thresh, because you're basically on top of him, but it stuns you for just enough that you can't get that pulverize or whatever, the knockup. So Ignar walked at Aphromoo and baited the flay, and then was like, gotcha, now you're dead. So
it was so clean. It was, and he also did the headbutt out for Froggen when Froggen was going to land a 3-man stun with the Echo.
Oh yeah, that was also very nice.
Well, I'm loving. We said it in we have video evidence that I believe it might have just been me, it might have been Ryan as well, that I said Ignar could be the dark horse best signing for NA. And so far, I've been pretty good. He's
one of those players who had such a high on Misfits, and then just kind of did nothing. So
with the rest of Misfits.
Yeah, with well, when he was off of Misfits, I mean.
Yeah.
And then where did he go back to Europe, or did he just come to NA? I don't know. Whatever he did, he wasn't great, but I know he's a good player, so I'm glad he's doing well.
No, he went to Barbecue Oliver's and then went to Shulka. So
yeah.
So he hopped around quite a bit. Yeah. But yeah, and I think he pairs perfectly with Wild Turtle.
Yeah, I think FlyQuest. I mean, they've been talking about what they're doing for their brand.
I know.
I think FlyQuest is on a heater right now, planting trees.
Branding is so important to get me to like your team as well. It just, it's not even just me. It's it's a subconscious thing. If you have branding and something to root for, people are gonna flock to that more than.
We went to the NA Summer Finals and we're making fun of people wearing FlyQuest gear.
We were. That is an absolutely true statement.
We're like, why would you like this team?
Yeah. That is 100%
we weren't making
true.
Fun of them to their face, just behind their back.
Yeah, like decent human beings. And it was only 1 or 2 people, even to be honest. Yeah. FlyQuest. And
it was more of a what?
Yeah, really a FlyQuest jersey? That's interesting. It wasn't even. Some of them weren't even a Viper jersey, which I could see. They were just straight up FlyQuest jerseys. I'm like, wow, okay. But yeah, that was now they've turned the brand around. That CEO is crushing it so far. I forgot her name, but
yeah,
very good start.
Not gonna lie, I never knew her name. I knew they had a female CEO. I know people love her. Yeah, if I heard about it, don't know her name.
Yeah, I think she was in another pro scene at one point. I remember Marksy talking about it. But yeah, absolutely crushing it with the branding, and the team. Branding can only get you so far. Your team's got to perform as well, and they have done that as well. It's been quite nice. All right, let's talk about the final game, Brian. Do you want to talk about it?
Anyway, so next week, who do we have up first?
All right, next week, yeah, TSM.
No, this game was depressing to watch. I did watch this one in the car. That's why I was talking about it. I was driving around. Well, I wasn't driving. I was riding. But yeah, Ruin on Silas.
Not a good pick.
Not a good pick.
It's not good. I don't
Wiggly
like
on Olaf. I don't mind Olaf into this team. I think it's a good pick. Crown on LeBlanc. Can't go wrong. Well, apparently you can. But
you're on CLG. Everything goes wrong.
Everything goes wrong. Really, I think right now, I know Wiggly had that one bonehead play, and everyone's still going to remember that in week 1. But I think Ruin and Stixay, if I had to change 2 things right now, I would say listen to your support and then get a new 80 carry and top laner.
All right, so you're not getting rid of Smoothie yet. You just want him to listen to it.
No. I mean, what you said about the flanks, like, yeah, I mean, he's playing Leona. A Leona flank is terrifying. If your team is there.
Yep, I think there was a meme
the
or
big
something.
caveat.
Oh, what was that one where it's like describe like every champion in 1 sentence or something like that? And like Leona was like, I can only stun him for 4 seconds. You need to do some type of damage to your team.
It's more than 4 seconds because by the time you're done with your full combo, your Q's back up. So.
EQ, RQ, or EQ. It's fine. It's a totally balanced. Just take 10 damage off it like you did with Nautilus, and I'm okay with that.
But give back his range.
It's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's coming next patch though. I'm gonna miss the curve, the anchor curve, man. I got.
Oh, I know.
I'm so used to it. I'm not gonna be used to just going in a straight line.
Stupid, unnecessary.
Even if it screws you over, the times where it doesn't, and you know the enemy is beyond tilted. It's a win. It's a win.
Also, I just remembered what's it called? Something from that Dig FlyQuest game. I felt bad for Afromu because he had really good lantern. And his team was taking his lanterns. But he couldn't save them. Yeah. That's fair. With my 80 carry, who also sometimes doesn't take my lanterns. But anyway.
I only don't take them going to lane because I'm looking at other lanes. And you're like, oh, lantern. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking somewhere else. I'm trying to survey the map.
Anyway,
yeah.
Just wanted to get that in.
All right. Let's talk then. Let's go to our power rankings then. For the bottom 5, here are our list here. We have CLG at number 10, all across the board. The only one that we all fully agreed on, actually.
Womp womp.
I think there's no surprise there. They have looked absolutely terrible. Brian, you had them actually 20th out of all Western teams.
That was kind of anger. I haven't really.
It was right after the Monday night game. It was all right after the Monday night game. But I'm like, I still put Vitality below you guys, but like. You're 19th. Yeah. Oh man, it's not good. It's you guys need to turn it around quick.
Yeah. I don't know what you're saying, you guys. For
yeah, you're done. You're done. Now I have a tiny controversial, I would say, opinion here, where you guys both have Golden Guardians number 8 and Evil Geniuses number 9. I have Evil Geniuses number 8 and Golden Guardians number 9. Even though I know Golden Guardians beat them in the head-to-head. It's just my...
Math doesn't add up, William.
The math doesn't add up. It doesn't. It's all gut. Like, if you were to tell me, like, just naming the player straight off, and it's especially in the bot lane, that you had to pick a team to go against, I feel like I'm going against the Golden Guardians like 9 times out of 10 instead of Evil Geniuses if I had to pick between the two, and I had to win the game.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So that's just like that was in my like gut feeling. So I'm like, I can't put them lower than that right now. Like I just can't do it. They're 1-3, and I know they're 1 wins against Evil Geniuses. It makes sense, but I couldn't do it.
I think, everybody playing at full strength, like best they've ever been, I think EG is easily, maybe not easily, probably fifth or sixth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like, I don't see that best strength in Golden Guardians. Like, I don't see them as a playoff team at best strength. Like outside of.
Well, I mean, Keith was an 80 carry for years. Got relegated to academy after being a pro, and then he role swapped to support on a fairly weak team, and
I,
is doing horribly.
I feel
So
bad for FBI, man. FBI is losing. I loved FBI
you know
on
what?
Bombers. I loved it.
I don't feel bad for FBI because he is cashing hella checks, I'm sure.
True.
So he does not care. I'm sure he does. He's a competitor, but
but like I loved when he was on Bombers at MSI, especially because this was before I watched OPL. But like I fell in love with him on Bomber. I thought like it's kind of like Big Kuro. Like I love Big Kuro from
right.
Vietnam, and then he got
Kuro
signed
won.
to then he got signed to NA, and I'm like yes, his supports have been Ole, who kind of just fell off, which makes
Double
me very
lift
sad.
broke him.
I'm so sad about it. I love Ole as a person, and Double Lift absolutely destroyed his life. And I feel very sad about that. 2 was then Huhi as role swapping to support. And now Keith.
I love the meme. Aurelian Soul is not a meta support.
Yeah.
That's why he's not playing.
Yeah. And so he had Ole, who was fractured, very different from his normal self. Huhi, the guy who couldn't play mid lane for CLG anymore, and went to roll swap over to support. And then Keith is now his next role swap support. Can't get much worse than that for ADC or for supports. So I feel like his potential is kind of being killed, which worries me.
Yeah, he'll become some analyst for Golden Guardians. I'm sure they'll be like, you can have a job.
Hopefully, or
Well,
like,
I'm sure he's a very knowledgeable player. He's in the LCS, and we are not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a reason.
Though we judge things sometimes by even like Svenskaren's kindred pick into Gragas.
No, that's just stupid. I mean,
yeah, stuff
don't
like
try
that.
and justify it.
You can't justify it. All right, number 7. Me and Ryan both have Immortals. I can't buy. I love Immortals. Like this is like my secondary team, and I can't buy into them. I think it's branding situation where there's not a lot. They're not like cashing in on the old style and everything, in my opinion. And
They're not 16-0 or
they're not 16-0,
1, whatever.
but they're not fun to watch. Have you noticed that?
I mean, I think it has to do with. Let me find their roster so I don't get anything wrong. I think it has to do with SOAS. I think Smithy has played very poorly from what he did on Liquid, and granted, everyone's like, Double Lift's only good because he's got the best support in NA on his team, and he's got the best team around him. Well, like Smithy's gone. Double Lift on his champions are still playing well. Smithy's just playing poorly. Yeah, he doesn't have the support system, but he was a big part of the Liquid team, so I don't know what's going on with him.
He's 29. He's getting old.
It's video games. I don't think that is that much.
You got Ica in the mid lane, which I think has been questionable still.
I think that's probably the main.
I think that's the issue. Because, like we talked about before, Altec performed great. I've been very satisfied with Altec. And Hakuo as well. Hakuo's been fine.
Yeah, Hakuo is always solid.
But they're just not exciting. And they have no like...
They have no brand.
No brand, no team attitude, really. Like...
I mean the players, personally. Like, oh, I'm a huge Hakuho fan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No offense to the guy, but he's not active on Twitter, which is fine. That's his choice. He's not a trash talker, which is fine. But, like, there's nothing exciting about him.
Mm-hmm.
He had the one pop-off split where everyone was like, oh, this guy's insane. And then it was like, okay.
Yeah,
Altec has been a journeyman 80 carry.
they have none of the fire or anything. They just feel like a team that's there.
Yeah.
You know, they're just ready to compete. No, I get that they are probably super passionate, but you just don't see it on stage. Like, they don't show their passion in the way that other people do. That it's exciting to see.
Yeah, they need... Immortals need to make videos. I think CLG needs to take less time making videos, but
Ryan just made an excellent point as well in the chat. He said that Immortals are the new FlyQuest. Team with no brand identity.
Right. I agree.
That's perfect. Which makes me mad because I'm not buying Immortals hat and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about this team as much as I used to, like at all. Like, at least if, like,
Do you have the original Split Immortals icon on your account?
I do not. You do.
I do.
You always bring up. But anyway, enough about Immortal. Enough about more. You have TSM 7 still. Because you have Immortals in your top 5.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention that part.
I mean, I think Alltech can carry the team. I think they've lost. Well, I don't think. I know they've lost to the top 2 teams, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They've beat TSM. They beat who else? What?
No one won that game. Still sticking to that.
They won. And they also beat Golden Guardians. That's why I have them above Golden Guardians. 100 Thieves, I'm not sold on. I like the team. I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be great. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I have... I also have Golden Guardian... Or not Golden Guardian. I also have 100 Thieves 6. So we're on the same path there. We're thinking the same way that way. Ryan...
So we just have Immortals and TSM flipped, I assume.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Ryan mentioned that the Immortals hard as hell to gauge right now. Their 2 wins are the 60-plus minute Fiesta versus TSM and versus Golden Guardians, who played themselves in the draft. While their 2 losses were stomps, they were versus C9 and 100 Thieves. Oh my God, C9 and FlyQuest, who are in top 3 at the moment. This could be better once their schedule ends up, or they could be trash. Right now, I have them worse as 100 Thieves.
Also, get a new coach.
Who? Oh yeah, the coach.
Zabatine?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they really went with the full European/French synergy on that team. They went all in.
I think that's why SOAS made it to Immortals. I don't know who would have picked him up otherwise.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to our top 5 because that's pretty much all the same outside of me having TSM. I'm the only one that has TSM in the top 5, and you're the only one that has Immortals in the top 5. And Ryan is the only one that has 100 Thieves in the top 5. All 5 are 5th. like there is a clear top 4 here.
Yeah, I was just about to say the bottom is defined. Maybe not the positioning besides 10th.
Yeah.
The top is defined.
Oof, that one hurt to say, didn't it?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, you're a dick
I'm
fan.
free. Free at last. No, I don't know. I'm still a fan, but I'm not cheering for them. What's it called? The top is defined. The middle is a mishmash because they're beating bad teams and losing to good teams. It's hard to say.
Yep, and I agree with that. I do think I have more hope in 100 Thieves or in TSM than I do like Immortals or Evil Geniuses or 100 Thieves. I feel like if there was a team out of all of them that could get it together, it is 100 or TSM. God, 100 Thieves is right under that, so I'm keep confusing it because I have them right there as well. But like, man,
Right.
like I could see this team actually building up a little bit now. They look pretty okay, I guess, this week. They've looked much better than they did in week 2 or week 1. But anyway, let's talk top 4. Top 4 is more exciting. We are all different on almost. We don't have a single one of these unanimous, so kind of interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Me and Ryan both have Dig as the number 4 team. You have Team Liquid as number 4.
Dig beat Team Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
FlyQuest beat Dig.
Yes.
Liquid beat Fly.
Uh-huh.
Convincingly. But I don't know. I don't see how Ryan has Liquid as 1. I still think that's a little bit.
I question that as well. I do question that as well. Even as a Liquid fan.
Defend yourself, sir.
We'll talk about this in a second. Like I think my way I have it, I have Cloud9 number 1. I think Cloud9 is dominated all 4 of their games pretty much so far, and that they absolutely deserve number 1 right now. I think Sven and Vulcan have been amazing upgrades to Sneaky and Zazel, which we were questioning that in the offseason. That was a little but I wasn't necessarily on so much of the I hate this move like a lot of C9 fans were, which I understood because Sneaky was leaving. It's big.
It is ready. It is time for Sneaky.
But I think that's what we were all thinking that, at least here. We were kind of thinking that Sneaky's
Non C9 fans.
non yeah, non C9 fans from a less biased, like more like less what's the word I'm looking for? Like in the organization, like we kind of noticed, like, it's definitely the weak link of the team because you looked at like since Finskaren and Niski popping off, you have Licorice popping off in the top lane, then you had your bot lane kind of getting crushed every game.
Yeah.
Like and it was like
Arguably best top laner, MVP. What's it called? Niski was very solid, very good performer.
And he stepped up without Svenskaren, which I actually did not expect. I'm pretty happy about that. And but yeah, I think that they've with Sven and Vulcan they've looked like huge upgrades at the moment so far, and that's why I have them number one. And they beat Team Liquid pretty convincingly. But again, that's a 3 days with Shermfire. With Team Liquid has looked better and better, which it seems like they've gotten actual practice in.
With Shermfire, yeah.
Yeah, with Shermfire, they are.
Is Broxa in the country?
Nope.
Since he doesn't have his visa thing, so he's in Europe still?
Yep, he's still in Europe.
Wow. So even when he gets here, he's gonna be jet lagged and
I'll read Ryan's notes on Team Liquid. He's still keeping them number one, both because of the strong performances they are still putting up without Broxa, and because they have Broxa incoming. They haven't shown any fall from their core four that I said might drop them. Let me reread that. They haven't shown any fall off from their core four that I said might drop them, and have actually looked better. So here they are.
They're 2-2.
They're 2-2. But I personally think Cloud9's up there. You had FlyQuest second, which is hilarious because you had FlyQuest 10th to start the year. In 2 weeks, you've moved the team up from the worst team in the league to second.
I could have very realistically put CLG in my top 4. Did I have him 4th? I don't know.
Fourth?
Anyway,
no, you had CLG 5th, I believe.
5th. I could have put him 3rd for the meme. They made it to playoffs. So
I had him 7th. I had FlyQuest 6, which even FlyQuest is even passing my expectations right now. I had FlyQuest as on the outside looking in from the competitors, but still better than the rest, like the CLG.
Santorin, PoE. I mean, Viper's been okay, but I think Santorin, PoE, Wild Turtle, and Ignar have looked great. Just don't give Viper Riven.
Yeah. And Ryan did mention, I did see this. We will have an update on Thursday in regards to Broxa, and we'll find out.
We've decided to part ways with Broxa.
No, it might legitimately be a situation like that. He's gonna find out if he's accepted or denied, and I don't know if there's this would be like a third deny or something like that. So come on now. I love everyone's reasoning because for immigration it's really strict. Like immigration's always been really strict, but it's even worse right now. But you have to prove that an NA talent can't do what he can do, and someone said they should just show show the immigration aid officer videos of Mike Young juggling.
Or just show him Greg or me.
I just love to point out Mike Young is because juggling for Team Liquid. It's like, yeah.
Oh my god.
And then just show Brox's performance instead. You're like, you have no idea what this game is, but that looks better, doesn't it?
You see how his screen didn't go gray? That means he's alive.
Oh man. Hopefully that they get Broxa, because there might be a situation like the one guy I believe on Evil Genius's academy got let go. Obviously he's not nearly as big as Broxa, but yeah, they got let go and they replaced him for Anta. I believe that was Evil Genius. It could have been someone else, but
I mean, I don't know. You pay attention to the news more than me. But I mean, I think Team Liquid having Shermfire, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that Shermfire is your jungler.
It's not. Yeah, it's not terrible.
He's a good jungler. He's
the best player coming out of the OPL ever.
Best player out of the OPL. He's also got a pretty good support staff around him,
which is good because he's very toxic. Banned from competitive league for an entire year last year.
Yeah, well, I was talking about his teammates, but
yeah, that too. But yeah, that means he's gonna be probably less toxic because he's not as tilted on his teammates like he might be in the OPL.
He's got Double Lift and Jensen on his team. They've got plenty of toxicity.
That's
So
true. They have a lot of toxicity.
I'm surprised he's not gelling better.
But it might, yeah, I was gonna say that might help him more. He might just be the person that gets super toxic at bad teammates. He doesn't care if you're toxic back to him.
I'm just saying that Double Lift. Oh yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then now I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, poor Impact, because Core JJ memes a lot, but Impact just alone. Oh, I guess Impact also memes a lot as well. So they're probably all just flaming each other.
Impact is a child of Sneaky.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he grew up. He learned English in the Cloud9 organization, so he only knows English and memes. All right, I think that's pretty much we covered all 4 teams, right? Yeah, Cloud9 good, FlyQuest good.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Good enough.
Good enough. That's our power rankings. I think very diverse power ranking, which is I always love seeing. I hate when they're all the exact same because we have
Cookie cutter, yeah.
we have nothing to talk about then. No arguments. All right, let's talk about our the big award, which I don't believe he deserves this anymore. After this man said he did not miss big. Ryan sent me a video from Cloud9 that what's it called again? It's their thing, their brain check. They talked about
Reaper's brain check.
So something about like big plays or something like that, and Blab was like, I miss Optic big, and Sven was like, I don't, and so I almost didn't give him the award just because of that. Not even gonna lie, it was that close.
God, that's gotta hurt if you're big to hear.
Yeah, I know, right? I love big. Yeah. We all love big. That's why he gets his own award. His KDA though, Sven perfect through the week and through the year.
So to anyone listening, sorry for cutting you off, but this podcast, even though it's been renamed before to League Review, it was going to be changed to Big Review if Big was still in the league. But unfortunately, he probably had bigger and better things to do, no pun intended, and he had to leave us. So
absolutely.
Unlucky.
He's got to go play RuneScape again until he gets a call. Gotta go grind out a little bit.
Got a max.
It's more important. We've been there.
I haven't. But yeah.
I have twice. Kill participation 80.4%, damage percentage 27.9%, DPM of 527.7%, or not percent, just straight up number. So congratulations, man. I feel like I'm just copying the LCS, but there's a reason they're picking them for players of the week.
I like how if no one knows who Big is, the Big award actually makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's also just a meme.
It's a complete meme. All right. The Boomer Award hasn't changed. Didn't have to change much on this slide. It's Keith again. This time coming in with a 0.3 KDA. Instead of you guys were praising his 1. At least it was even. Well, he's at 0.3 now. Kill participation of only 36.5% as the support.
Yeah, it's not very great.
The DPM is that's not a real answer. I was really lazy and haven't changed it yet, but the DPM and the VSPM is the same text source, and I didn't realize that would change on different scenes. So
DPM for support really is a useless stat.
No. So the DPM is actually his vision score. It's actually his VSPM, which is 2.23, which has increased compared to
is that vision score a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's not.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It was 2.1 last week, which was worse than Johnson's. So he was the only support worse than anyone not a support. So
I've been trying to keep track of vision score because that's what I harp on when I play. Is mechanic bad, CS bad. So I just put words down.
Yep, I'm just a mechanic and CS bad. I just team fight.
Yeah.
I know how to team fight. That's it.
Yeah, and we lane well together. But anyway,
that too.
I've been keeping track and getting around. I normally get around 30 at 20 minutes, which I don't think is terrible. But I've been trying to up. It's hard, when there's no wards to destroy.
When you go with your sweeper, you're like, guess it's clear.
It's all clear.
It's all good. Idol thinks it should have been Stixay, and Ryan said honorable mention to Svenskeren. Also, two players that performed very poorly this week.
Yeah.
Could give it to Ruin as well. No, he had that kill
Ruin
game.
had the good kill game.
He had the kill game. He gets a pass.
Yeah, he gets a pass for now.
For now.
Yeah, but getting around 40 at 20 minutes, I think, is generally the benchmark I've been seeing that I've just been keeping note of for pros. Anyway, get this man off my screen.
Get the man off your screen. All right, let's go to our current week predictions. Game number 1, which is, by the way, Idol, can you tell me how you did this week? I don't remember what your total like out of 10 games was. But game number 1 is going to be Evil Geniuses versus CLG. Brian, since it's your team, well, your former team, why don't you go first?
I have Evil Geniuses because I am not picking Counter Logic Gaming until they go 2-0 in a week.
Oh wow, that's the new.
Because
the new
any game that they win is a fluke.
It's a fluke. Yeah, that honestly sounds about right now.
Yeah.
Until they show that they can do anything like productive.
Yeah. No, realistically, I think this is a game that they could win, just because EG. I mean, they've looked fine, but they are 1-3. They haven't had the results they need. So, if it is a little scattered, you got Svenskeren, you, as you said, the second death leader. Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan also has Evil Geniuses. He said, surely even the coin landing on tails is enough to beat CLG.
That's hurtful, but I agree.
I also agree. I also picked Evil Geniuses, which I don't think is too much surprise to anyone here.
Nope. They've burned us before. Let's see if they burn us again.
They burned us. I lost only 3 games. 2 of them were Evil Geniuses last week.
And you're still riding the lightning. I like it.
Well, it's against CLG, so you don't need lightning anymore. 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid. Ryan,
I want to say before. Be quiet, Idol. He said that I'm trying hard to give them a win. I am not a fan of that organization.
Yeah, you're done.
I am done. But shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. You distracted me. Anyway, go on.
At all. Typical. 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid. Ryan has Team Liquid, and he says 100 Thieves have some good players and some decent team play, but nothing even this Team Liquid can't handle. So yeah, I think I also agree with that. I think that with just more and more practice every week with Surnfire, because I don't know, like we'll find out Thursday, like Ryan said, but we don't know if this Team Liquid team is ever going to get Broxo this year.
I mean, I think Cody Sun into double lift is fine, but Core JJ and Stunt, there's a little bit of a gap. I think there's still a gap between Cody and double, and then Jensen into Ryoma. I haven't been low on Ryoma, but he's got a real test coming up.
Yeah, because Jensen's been popping off this year.
Yeah.
Ryan said, Brian, friendship with CLG over. Now Dig is my best friend.
Depends on how they do too, because I am not a fan of their entire squad, aka their jungler.
So you also have Team Liquid though?
Yeah, I believe I do.
Next game we have TSM versus Dignitas. Ryan says he has Dignitas, and that's because unless the shakiness from the Fly and TL games haunt Dignitas, or TSM has begun the ramp up, Dig looks like the smarter and more cohesive team.
Over TSM?
Yes.
I 100% agree. I think TSM's wins, while good for them, they're 2-2, they're higher in the standings. They did not beat the upper echelon of teams.
That is true.
They beat EG, and then they beat
CLG, who
other squad.
some other squad, which you and Ryan both have as the 10th and 9th best team in the league at the moment. Yeah, so
I think it's fair.
I am actually going to pick TSM, and my upset of the week.
The gap is closing, people.
The gap could easily close, but Yeah, I'm thinking TSM here because I don't know. Just this is literally all what I like to call a gut pick. You know what I'm talking about? Like how you were saying, like your gut kind of feels that CLG is probably going to beat Evil Geniuses now that you picked Evil Geniuses. I'm kind of feeling
Oh,
that about TSM and Dignitas.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking that I saw some worrisome play. I mean, not to flame Johnson too much because the rest of his team did really bad in that FlyQuest game as well as mostly solo laners to be honest. But I don't know. I just something about TSM. I think they're actually going to get on track this week. I really think they will.
Actually, I know
And
why you're picking
I
TSM.
hate TSM too. You know that.
I know why you're picking TSM.
Why?
Because Bjergsen is just going to glare at Greg before the match, and he's going to freeze and not know what to do,
Oh, oh god.
and it'll be
Hey!
a 4v5.
That's hilarious. Adal also picks TSM. Is it just a gut thing? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Kabe will be able to beat Johnson. Personally, I'm just thinking like that. Ryan said
Yeah.
he. I feel like this is easily a game TSM can somehow win. I was thinking about taking them, thinking about how hot starts from Froggen and GG's on in the past only to flop. Yeah, I don't know. There's something here for me that I'm smelling trap. I'm just smelling trap game for Dignitas. And
Yeah, now that I'm looking at the lineups, I really think this is a Frog and Johnson game.
you thinking? Yeah, you're thinking.
I mean,
Froggen
Broken
Johnson?
Blade can go toe to toe with Hooney.
Mm-hmm.
Grig is, who knows.
Will,
Froggen
will
is popping
Dardoch
off.
make Greg's life a living hell? Because Dardoch actually had a bad week last week.
Dardoch also didn't. Was he on? No, never mind. They weren't on TSM at the same time. Were they? No, it was Acadian. Never mind. Forgot about that guy. Carry on.
Yeah, yeah. Idol just said that he believes in Kabe, and that's where I'm thinking it's going to be a Kabe carry game personally as well. That's what I'm going with.
I've been pleasantly surprised with Johnson. I think Afromu has played fine.
Which is nice because we've been flaming Afromu for about 2 years on this podcast.
Hey, he's like my favorite player too.
And you did not hold back on that flame either. Because
Definitely not.
To be
Hey,
honest,
you
he
criticize
deserved
those who you love.
it. He deserved it as well. You know, like it wasn't like he was playing well at all.
No.
All right, let's move on. C9 versus FlyQuest. Ryan, we'll just do Ryan's first all time. I think. Okay, no, that's. I think I put the wrong pick in there for Ryan real quick. Let me. No, I didn't. Okay, it's close, similar to something else. Ryan's note for this game was part 1 of Ryan curses Cloud9. He picked Cloud9. FlyQuest with their heads in the game and the right draft look like one team that can outfight Team 9. But Team 9 have been both great team fighters as well as sharp and smart in their play around the map, like Team Liquid, which gave Fly such problems in week 2. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
It's always scary to pick
I
your
just
team.
think this is a better team.
Yep. So you think, yeah, than Team Liquid? I agree right now.
What, Cloud9?
Yeah. You think
Who are they
Cloud9's better than Team Liquid?
I think right now, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's we were on the same page.
I was talking about FlyQuest. I just think Cloud9 is a better team than FlyQuest.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
I was like, wait, they've already played, so
Yeah.
I was confused.
Yeah, I also picked Cloud9, which is really funny because FlyQuest is not on our list for this day 1, but they were in game number 4 last week, so they're just hidden under there. So that's why I was really confused at first because all of us have FlyQuest in like basically the exact same spot as the Cloud9 logo. All right. Game number 5. That's the end of day 1. Day 2.
Wow, spoilers, by the way. No, I'm kidding.
The only difference in day 1 is my TSM pick, so that's the only difference that you guys can catch me with.
Gap is closing.
Gap is closing. 4 games. Next, we have 100 Thieves versus Immortals. Ryan picked 100 Thieves, which that's not Evil Geniuses. There we go, 100 Thieves. He said, actually a tougher game to call, mostly because of how hard it is to gauge Immortals right now. I 100% agree with that. And very similar lineups. Veteran top and jungle, solid carries bot, unproven mids, but given the slight edge to 100 Thieves, there's a greater consistency across the board and better cohesion right now. How do you feel?
That's fair. That's fair. I am gonna have to give it to Altek and Hakuho. I just think that Altek's played well. If he's on an 80 carry, not Casio. I mean, I know it's Casio. He's played it, but I don't know. I think he's been popping off more than anybody on both of these teams personally. And Smithy is a very good jungler. It can be there. Ica, I don't think he's had terrible performances in every game. So as put him on a tank.
Just show it's tank meta.
Give
You
him
can
more.
do that.
Give him Morn. Give him Morn.
Yeah, Ornn is fantastic right now. I've tried to learn Ornn a little bit because it fits right into my entire wheelhouse.
You've tried to learn Ornn. He's brain dead easy.
Shut up. I don't have good mechanics. He's more mechanical than most of my other champions I play.
Press Q.
Yes.
Press W.
Oh, man. All right, I actually am with Ryan. I picked 100 Thieves, but that's mostly because kind of to your point where you said you had Altec popping off quite a bit. I don't see Altec popping off against Cody-san. Cody-san is a very low death player. He's never going to lose lane hard unless it's against double lift for some reason. Which makes sense as well because it's against double lift, but he has like a mental block there on top of that. But yeah, I think that's going to make it so Alta can't get ahead and can't really stabilize too much for the rest of the team, where I think 100 Thieves is actually... Jungle goes to Immortals for sure, but I'm taking Someday over Soaz in that matchup. And I'm taking Cody-san as well to at least go even with Altec.
I mean, this is probably one of the harder games to call this week. So
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Next is our next 5 games, which I really wish was still. But yeah, I don't mind the Monday night games, but
I don't like the Monday night games.
I don't like them in the sense that I have to do a podcast pretty much right after it for Korea, which kind of sucks. But yeah, outside of that, they're okay. They're okay. I'm not blown away, but I also don't like Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football or Saturday football. I just like football on Sunday because that's the only day I want to bother watching. Personally.
We get it. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So next game is Golden Guardians versus TSM. Ryan has picked TSM. And that is because he says, watch TSM continue to frustrate me along with EG by somehow beating Dig and then losing to Golden Guardians. Only way I see Golden Guardians taking this is if Closer pops off. Haunter has the revenge buff and Golden Glue has Bjergsen's number, but even then Golden Guardians have had problems closing in the mid game, even with the advantages, which plays into TSM's weaknesses perfectly. Exactly how I agree with that completely. Golden Guardians' weaknesses to close out any game has really got me worried on what they can do to, like, if you're not going to stop TSM from being super slow about their mid game, then they're just going to be super slow about it.
Yeah, well, I have a question for you before you reveal my pick.
Mm-hmm.
If Keith plays at a normal LCS level...
Oh, that question was keep going.
Yeah. Do you think Golden Guardians has a shot?
At a normal LCS level? No.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I picked TSM.
Like, honestly, like I think Ryan nailed it perfectly. The only way they can win this is if like Closer really pops off.
If like the client closes in the middle of the game and they don't pause and like someone dies, yeah.
Just expect Keith to be our Boomer of the Week for the 3rd week. He's gonna set the record. We're gonna have the record set on the very first.
The Boomer hat trick.
He might get all 9 if he plays all 9 weeks.
God.
It's just in the stats alone, like a 0.3 KDA, 0.3. And your team won. They went 1-1 this week. Oh my god.
Hey, maybe Golden Guardians is better than we thought. They won a 4v5.
Is Keith the reverse of Big? Yeah. Yeah, Keith is literally going to turn it into the Big Award and the Keith Award.
Yeah.
What is... Idol wants to know, what is normal for Keith playing ADC?
I mean normal for Keith as in he doesn't have a 0.3 KDA. He has a 1.0.
We just want a baseline 1.0, please. Oh
Yeah, he
man,
died 10 times, but he also had 10 assists. So
that's improvement. Improvement.
huge
He's
improvement.
playing Janna, so he got the assist by default, pretty much. Oh man. Moving on. C9 versus Dignitas. Ryan has picked C9, as in part 2 of Ryan curses Cloud9. Dig, when playing with their heads on, looks like one team that can play the map and make smart, decisive moves that can challenge what C9 has shown. But C9 has shown both great knowledge of how to play the game out, as well as being great mechanical team fighters with decisive engages like Fly, which gave Dig such problems in week 2. And that is actually exactly where I was going to go with it, because of the decisive team fighting by FlyQuest really gave Dig problems. I think Cloud9 is just right up there as well, the better version of FlyQuest personally, and I think that they will be able to handle Dig as well.
Yeah, I think Cloud9's going to handle Dig pretty easily. I just think the matchup with Labber into Greg,
That's
I mean, it's
it's
literally aggression versus
well, Greg is
So
gonna have he's gonna have Dardoch and Blabber to face this week.
yeah, so hopefully he gets his ass in gear, but I'm not thinking that he's going to. So
You're worried about that TSM Dig game now?
no, I'm not worried about TSM Dig.
You are worried about
TSM's
Dig versus Cloud9, though, because you have Cloud9.
I am. I am. I think TSM is trash.
Ryan's notice on my notes for both Cloud9 games were almost exactly the same. Yep, I did notice that. Almost exactly the same.
I don't think TSM is trash. I'll take that back. I think Bjergsen is washed up. He's not the mid king anymore. I think Dardoch is fine, but he's not. I mean, he's maybe 5 in the top 10 junglers. Very middle of the pack. Broken Blade's good. Kabe's good. Biofrost is fine. I don't know. I'm nothing special about this team to me.
Let's see what she said. All right, let's move on to FlyQuest versus Evil Geniuses. FlyQuest, Ryan has FlyQuest, and he says if Fly shows us what we saw in every game, barring the Team Liquid one, I think the only way Evil Geniuses find a way in is through the mid jungle snowball, and Power of Evil isn't typically one to give away massive laning advantages to allow that to happen.
Power of Evil can only play control mages. Apparently not, though. I mean, I know Rumble plays like one, but I was very excited for PoE. He was probably one of the more exciting things to watch on CLG last split, so I'm glad he's doing well. I just think Evil Genius's strength right now is not in the jungle. I think Santorin is playing his brains out, and I think that PoE can handle Jizuke, who has been very strong for EG. So
yep, you got FlyQuest.
I do have FlyQuest.
I also have FlyQuest because, like, the one thing that does worries me is the possible mid jungle aggressiveness. Maybe Svenskeren finally gets it together, maybe, but I haven't seen much of it yet. And Santorin's actually been playing really well, and so is Power of Evil, so I gotta keep going with FlyQuest. Love this team. Gotta get more trees.
Gotta get more trees. I like the New Jerseys too.
Yep. All right. Monday night game. It's a thriller between Team Liquid and Golden Guardians. Ryan has Team Liquid. Surprise.
I don't know if some of you young guns know that Team Liquid's kryptonite is Golden Guardian.
That is true. That is true. that was with Matt, though. Matt was their kryptonite. He said FPR, Ryan's knows, FPR already had a hard time for his double F last split. Now he has Keith as support. Yikes. Yeah. How do you feel about the core JJ versus Keith matchup?
That would be like what they used to do, where it was like diamond players versus like silver and gold.
Was that like an All Stars or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I think it's more like Core JJ is top 10 challenger, and Keith just
number 1 right now in challenger.
Oh, he is? Okay, yeah. Core JJ is number 1 on the ladder, and Keith just got Diamond 2, and he's pumped, and he just posted it to his story.
He's pumped. Hell yeah.
I think that's what that matchup is like right now.
Oh, we're gonna be eating our words. No, we're not. But if we are, oh
Keith
my,
just absolutely styles on double lift and score JJ in the bot lane.
how many deaths is Keith gonna have in this bot lane?
I don't think it'll be too many because I think the game will end pretty soon.
They'll introduce the surrender at 15. This game's gonna look like one of the games me and Keegan played. They did surrender at 15. We had 15 kills before that in 15 minutes on bot lane. And like I think 12 of them were on bot lane with Lucian Nautilus. Yeah, that's what's. It's not gonna be that bad because that was literally someone running, almost nearly running it down on us. But that's kind of how Keith feels like when he plays LCS right now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I tried to be high on Keith. I mean, it was 100% a meme.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Any
but
of our like maybes were like. I mean, I don't even know if I gave it a maybe. To be honest,
he was gonna be the new big. But he's just even worse.
It's just worse. It's not as memeable.
Definitely not.
All right, final game: CLG versus Immortals. What a Monday night, by the way. Team Liquid versus Golden Guardians and CLG versus Immortals.
Hey, I think CLG Immortals is going to be a good game.
In the sense that it's going to be close.
In the sense that it's going to be closer. It'll give us something to watch.
Yeah, remember what Ryan just said? Keith was going to be the new core JJ, but he just became the new Hui. Ooh, Idol has CLG winning a game against Immortals. How do you feel about that? Ryan said, or let me say, Ryan picked Immortals, and he said, will I finally have a 2-0 Monday night? Not according to Idol. What do you have, Brian?
I have Immortals, because as I have said previously, I am not picking CLG until they have a 2-0 week.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they never have a 2-0 week, the worst you're going to do is 1-1 in their games.
Right?
We agreed with TSM over Dignitas. I can't go with you with CLG. Don't bring me over there. I don't want any part of it.
Look at that variety for the last 5 games.
Yeah, really. We were very on like similar this week. The only difference is my TSM over Dignitas and your Immortals over 100 Thieves. That's it. Those are the only 2 differences. Interesting. So there's not going to be a lot of movement in the standings, but
nice. Well, I mean, I'll gain 2 games on you, so that's pretty good.
Maybe, or I can gain 2 games on you, I'd only gain 1 game on Ryan because me and Ryan had the same picks outside of the Dignitas and TSM game, and yeah, so going to be pretty much the same in the standings after this week. It's going to be quite interesting. Yeah, I don't have a player to watch out for on the top of my head because I was trying to rush because it was already 10:30 when we started. Who is your player to watch out for? We'll just talk about it.
My player to watch is Altec. I think he's been playing pretty well.
Okay, so you think
I picked Immortals twice.
Oh, you did. You have Immortals going 2-0 this week. You have them beating Cody's son and then Stixay.
Nothing special there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they're not going to go 2-0. I know it, but they're probably going to lose to 100 Thieves. But they could. That's the thing. It's a toss-up game, so I'm trying to get a game back. I'm already in the hole. Can't get further away.
Yeah. Idol also has the same picks as me, except for that final game with CLG, so we're all pretty much borderline the exact same. Yeah, and Brian said he can get a game up on everyone with his with us Keith. Just picking stuff, and yeah, Keith.
Keith has already been my player to watch Idol from week 1, and we watched him die, and die, and die, and die.
Ryan makes a good point. He said his player to watch is Sven because everyone on Flying Dignitas will be because they're going to try and kill him.
True.
Sure. Yep, they are going to try. We'll see if he goes 3 weeks in a row without death, we're gonna have to look at Chovy status here because
MVP watch.
Chovy is the only one to hit over 100 KDA, I believe. I don't know my league history that well, but I think Chovy's the only one to hit over 100 KDA to start the year.
I have no idea.
I know. No way is 6A going to go 0-12.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
It is a possibility. But all right, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming to watch, and I appreciate all your comments today. You kept it lively. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. And tomorrow we will be doing the EU podcast. And that one, actually, I've been doing pretty good. I believe I went 6-4 this week. I actually did better in LCS. But yeah, we'll talk about how G2 is pretty much more dominant than any team in EU again, which actually surprises me. I thought Origin was going to compete with them, and that was wrong. Anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll do the Wildcard podcast, which I have not caught up on anything else out of like 5 OPL games still. But
I mean, G2 got a straight upgrade in mid lane from Capital Perks.
Yeah, Capital Perks. I love that. I love that he put his name in all caps.
Caps Perks, yeah.
God, they're the biggest trolls the whole team. Yeah, it was I believe it was 103 KDA for Chovy before it died. So that was kind of
unreal.
Crazy. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow for EU. Good night.
Good night.